The House of Watts may have fallen, but the House of Dragon shall rise.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
On this IMDbrief, we break down HBO's new Game of Thrones prequel series and the House Targaryen. Not since Daenerys' flame-broiled King's Landing has there been this much chaos in Westeros. First, the original Game of Thrones creators exit their own Star Wars film trilogy to focus on their commitments to an overall deal at Netflix. I guess with so much drama in the GOT, it's kind of hard being Benioff and Weiss DB.
Please, it's the only thing I ever wanted.
Then the Jane Goldman-created Naomi Watts starring prequel set thousands of years before Thrones got Ned Starked when we least expected it. HBO has declined to comment about why they would not move forward with the series.
You'll hold your tongue unless you want to lose it.
There were reportedly several other Thrones spin-offs in the works, but HBO's latest Red Wedding leaves only the George R.R. Martin co-created House of the Dragon standing, with a straight-to-series 10-episode order.
You trying to frighten me with magic tricks?
In November 2018, Martin published Fire and Blood, the first half of his 2-volume history of that wild and woolly Targaryen family that has given us the Mad Queen, the Mad King, the Last Dragon, and Old Golden Dome.
A crown for a king.
Beginning 300 years before A Song of Ice and Fire, the Targaryen King's saga ends about 15 years prior to where the novels and HBO series began. But so far, Fire and Blood only details about half, or 150 of those years. That means George R.R. Martin will be finishing the second volume and the final Ice and Fire novels while juggling his executive producer duties on House of the Dragon.
If you take me for a fool,
I take you for a king.
Screenwriter of 2 rock actioners, Hercules and Rampage, and USA series Colony, Ryan Condal co-created Dragon with Martin, and he'll serve as showrunner on HBO's 10-episode order with Battle of the Bastards and Winds of Winter director Miguel Sapochnik.
What do you call that? Victory.
The Fire and Blood book is a mix of novel-length and paragraph-long stories covering a century-and-a-half period. So House of the Dragon has more than enough history to pull from, and likely it'll begin with Aegon I's conquest of Westeros.
we'll find out soon enough.
The family rules for generations before Rhaenyra challenges half-brother Aegon II's claim to the Iron Throne, sparking a civil war called the Dance of Dragons that devastated Westeros and the House Targaryen. And that leads us right up to where we first meet Dany and Viserys in Game of Thrones.
When they write the history of my reign, sweet sister, they will say it began today.
No release date has been announced, although new expanded streaming service HBO Max revealed its May 2020 launch at the same event. So that could be a perfect time for House of the Dragon. But it's unlikely that we'll see the otherwise uncast and unstaffed series prior to 2021.
The people are hungry for more than just food. They crave distractions. And if we don't provide them, they'll create their own.
For more trending tales from House IMDb, stay glued to imdb.com/IMDbrief.
Khaleesi!